Oni, the best melee combat game ever. Now, I've seen things about this game before. I've never played it. I've kind of been interested by the way it looks. This is by Media Kit. Again, we don't ever like a video until we decide that it deserves that coveted like. But let's get right into this video, boys and girls. I am excited and I am drenched in a lot of juices.
Welcome to Media Kit. My favorite third-person games all have complex combat mechanics, with a variety of weapons, stealth options, and melee combat. Actually, the melee combat is usually weak and sometimes non-existent.
Absolutely. This is such a problem in a lot of like games that have like a melee combat focus, is it's just doesn't quite hit. It's either way too simple or it tries way too hard and it gets gimmicky. I have played some games where they try to do a bunch of wackadoodle things and I'm like, get out of here, buddy. You aren't allowed to do stupid stuff like that. I'm gonna go play some game where it shows me some sweet nothing that can get me banned off of YouTube.
Talk. Metal Gear Solid 5. No melee combat, just a takedown. Watch Dogs 2. No melee combat.
By the way, a game that does have some pretty fun melee combat is Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is really fun. I need to finish that game and make a video on my I do Friday videos. As you guys should all know, I do Friday video game breakdowns where I make a lot of sex jokes and I have a lot of fun. Sometimes I have really hot takes. Like I have a video on my channel right now where I talk about how Resident Evil 1 is a bad game. That is insane. Well, what kind of dumb thought process went into that? You got to check it out. But yeah, go check out those and make sure to sub to the channel. But Sleeping Dogs, based.
Combat, just a takedown. Batman looks really cool, but the player's only picking the target, kinda, and mashing the one attack button.
By the way, I hate Batman combat. I hate the combat in these games. I'm sorry. Like, Arkham Asylum's fun, but the fact that this became such a prevalent thing in video games that even Spider-Man games have this combat, get out of here, dude. Enough with this annoying tumble around combat. Everybody's spongy. Everybody takes forever to knock down. I hate it. It's annoying. It sucks. Since this game came out, like, why does every game that's like a third-person action game have to rely on this stupid combat? Bring back God of War combat over this.
Repeatedly. Skyrim has swing, heavy swing, and block. Horizon Zero Dawn has swing, strong swing, and a critical, executable from cover, on downed enemies, or from above, plus some invaluable evasion options. For the most part, these complex combat games become really simple when it comes to the melee combat. A Reddit user asked, what game has the best melee combat system, excluding melee combat-oriented games, so no Smash, Street Fighter, or Mortal Kombat, etc.? Various titles were thrown around, but a few people mentioned a fondness for a game I loved from the early 2000s, Oni. In 2001...
By the way, the artwork of Oni is what drew this game to me and why I want to play it so bad, dude. So bad. This game had like such cool artwork design that I wanted to get it, but I just haven't yet. I've seen it at like video game stores when I haven't gone to a video game store in a while, but I've seen it there and I just always overlook it.
Bungie released 2 games before becoming exclusive to Microsoft's Xbox. A little title called...
Hey, look at that. Chat's saying that I'm underrated. There we go. That means that I'm going to need to blow up bigger than your mom's last bathroom break. Let's go. Let's go. Base chat.
Halo and Oni. Now, I'm not going to rehearse the game's story, characters, level design, or graphics. The legacy Oni left is its combat, and it's possible no game has yet...
By the way, I need to get this game, actually. God, this artwork looks so sick. Dude, it's getting those anime juices going, but not the ones that Vosh gets off to. We're not going to talk about those. This is like the good anime art style.
...matched Oni's potential in this area. Certainly not the games I mentioned a minute ago, or any game I've ever played. Oni isn't an open world game, but it has large open levels, including multi-level buildings, an airport, and a chemical plant. It's a third-person shooter with a rare handicap. Konoko can only carry one gun at a time. Guns include a pistol, an SMG, a taser, a plasma rifle, a grenade launcher.
This is looking pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if this is like on Steam. I wonder if this ever hit PC or if it's just dying in obscurity.
A rocket launcher, the phase streamer, The Screaming Cannon, which was slow, but bad guys didn't run from it as it homed in on them and sucked their life force. And the Mercury Bow.
Damn! The Mercury Bow just... That thing like hit so hard, dude, that I think it prolapsed my anus.
My favorite.
By design, the game doesn't provide enough ammo to go guns blazing through any of the levels. Players have to choose who to shoot and who to fight hand to hand. And this is where Konoko shines. She moves with WASD, steering with the mouse. When her gun is holstered, left click is punch, right click is kick. Simple. Now,
dude, I'm like hyped, bro. I'm like hyped. I want to play this. Is this like something I have to buy for my original Xbox, or is this something I'm actually gonna be able to play?
Use WASD while clicking, and Konoko will do a unique attack in that direction. Same with kick. That's 8 attack moves already. Do nothing to block an attack, which only works against light attacks, and I seldom found myself doing nothing in a fight, but whatever. Make her run in any 4 directions and punch or kick, and 8 more attacks are revealed.
Actually, there was another game that did this. But it was kind of poorly done. It was Blade 2. Blade 2 had combat like this, kind of. But it was directional and only where you swung the joystick. It was weird. Now, I think maybe this does it better, but Blade 2 tried something similar, but with tank controls.
Hitting crouch mid-jump made her flip in the air, and was a great way to knock extra points off a floored opponent. She flips in all 4 directions. Hit crouch with WASD, and Konoko will do an evasive roll in that direction.
Whoa!
Kicking while crouching was a sweep.
Sweep the leg.
Crouching plus a forward kick is a crouching high kick.
Okay, so I can't find it. It looks like it's abandonware at this point. It's literally looks like you can't buy this game anywhere. It's all abandonware, which sucks, dude. I hate this, dude. Oh, I hate when you find a cool game that looks really neat and I want to try it out, and then it's just like I'm looking here. Yeah, the links are all like abandonware. Third-person action video game. It's God, I hate that video game preservation isn't looked at more. It's like, oh, let's argue about prices of games and stuff like that, when we should be putting our giant man titties on the industry and telling them they need to take care of our old games better.
Crouch while running turns into a slide that doubles as an attack. It can also be used to gather drops without stopping.
That's crazy. This must be one of the early games with a crouch slide.
But that's just getting started. She also has combos and gains more at every level. 3 consecutive punches perform the triple haymaker. 3 consecutive kicks perform the spinning sidekick. The crescent moon kick is...
I also feel like this is better because it's not joystick activated like Blade. I'm going to say Blade 2 was really rough, and it sucks because I was like really excited to play that game because I'm a huge Blade fan. I'm like one of the biggest Blade fans. I love Blade so much. But the game was rough as shit, dude. And this seems like it's a way better like designed version of that combat system.
2 kicks and a forward kick.
Again, I think this came out before Blade 2, so Blade 2 might have been ripping it off, but doing a piss poor job of it because it was a movie tie-in game for the original Xbox.
Step back, followed by a forward kick, earns you the Widow Kick. Forward punch, while up in her opponent's grill, becomes a shoulder throw. The reverse pile driver, by doing a forward punch from behind. One of the most consistently devastating moves is the backbreaker. A forward kick from behind. A forward kick from in front will...
Dude, I want to play this so fucking bad, dude. I want to play this so bad now. God, I gotta look up a way to get this game that won't put my like PC on like an FBI list. That won't have like a bunch of gooners showing up at my house being like, you broke some laws about like blah, 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 blah. I gotta figure out like some way to get it. Do I need to go to the Oval Office, be like, hey Mr. Trump, and he's like, hey King Dippy Coats, you have a weird wiener, it's very small. I'm like, yeah, I know that, Mr. Trump. Can you please do something about video game preservation? We're working on it. It's gonna take some time. The other guy, he would have never never got it done, but I would have got it done. Swing state, 7 swing states. I'm like, yeah, I didn't ask about any of that shit, dog. I'm just trying. I got an orange wiener. Okay, this conversation's going nowhere.
Will complete a reverse kick throw, tossing the attacker behind. The move will also damage any opponents in the path of the thrown body. Approach a target running and kick, and Kanoko enacts a throw that would make Black Widow jealous. Disarm is a forward hit when standing in front of someone. Kanoko can then immediately use the gun on her attacker. If she already has a gun, she'll drop the new one. In the last level, Kanoko learns Step Disarm. That's a forward kick while standing in front of her opponent. That's the same combo as one of the throws, and as a result, that's what I did most of the time, trying to do this move.
Bro, and they still managed to make her stack the fuck up with these old-ass, like, 2000s graphics. Look at her go, dude. What happened to Bungie, bro? Bungie went from, like, a company that was making dope-ass games, that cared about narrative, was, like, doing cool shit. Well, they didn't care about narrative that much. There's so many hypocrisies in the Halo series and stuff where they just like completely redraft everything and like change complete lore, but we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how their games used to be good when Marathon series was dope, Halo series was dope, this looks dope, and then they were like, we'll do Destiny, and a lot of people like Destiny. I wasn't a Destiny guy. Then they're like, let's just take one of our old IPs, strip it of all of its identity, and make it a fucking extraction shooter that nobody cares about. God, I hate what Destiny's become. I mean, what Halo's become. Bungie's become. Jesus Christ, I just named all their IPs except for the studio's name. What do I have? Just like the worst case of retardation ever?
Sledgehammer heel. 2 punches and a kick. This one always knocks her opponent down. Running lariat. Run into the enemy and press punch. One of the easiest to pull off and always satisfying. Her feet would also kick nearby attackers as she orbited. Twister kick is supposed to be an evade and attack, combined into one. Step left or right, then forward kick. It's hard to execute and often missed its target. Devil spin kick is also hard to execute. It starts with a crouch and then a kick as the crouch button is released. It comes with its own goofy battle cry, but is one of the few moves that can take out multiple targets. Rising Fury is performed the same way, but pressing punch after releasing crouch. It also had its own battle cry. What I find so innovative about these combos is the keys are simple as they relate to the action. Crouch, release, kick. Run and punch. Kick, kick, forward kick. Right,
yeah, this is way more complex than the Blade game I brought up. I'm not even gonna cap. Blade game was like push joystick in direction and hit button and then hope it does the thing and then die 87 billion times.
Forward kick. Forward kick from behind. For all its innovation, Oni had issues too, beyond the dated graphics. There was no New Game Plus, so combos learned in later levels could never be used in earlier.
Night Dive! There's a studio called Night Dive. Night Dive, you need to remaster this bad boy. You need to give it some remaster power and bring it back. Bring this back now, Night Dive. Whatever you're working on, it's probably gay and cringe, and we don't need it as bad as we need Oni. Bring Oni back, you fucking beautiful studio, you. Night Dive could do it, and then they could give me New Game Plus.
Levels. The default keys were pretty good. Nevertheless, there was no
Bungie, if you want to get some of your image back, maybe call up Night Dive and have him remaster your old game here. Ooh, you can make his butt look better, Bungie. It would get more of your audience to be happy to look at some man butt. What are we doing here, Bungie?
Option to remap them. Cutscenes couldn't be skipped, and some of them were painfully long. I often got hung up on geometry, like doorways and corners, frustrating in brawls. Some of the levels were really hard, making me battle 3 or 4 advanced opponents while providing sparse health power-ups. Worst of all, some of the combos required precise timing to trigger and were difficult to pull off, leaving me open to attacks when they didn't execute.
Dude, Night Dive can fix all these issues. Night Dive, what are you doing, guys? What? You're just sitting at your computers playing with your own man meat? What you doing? Be some good schmiggle-biggle boys. No, schmiggle... We giggly schmoodled. We don't want you to be schmiggle-biggle boys. Schmiggle-biggle is bad. That's real bad. You don't want to be that. We want you to be giggity schmoodle. If you don't remaster this game, you will be schmiggle-biggle. And nobody wants to be schmiggle-biggle. You want to be giggity schmoodle, so remaster it. Fix the doorway problem. And the combat issues.
All in all, Kanoko had around 50 combat moves and dodges she could perform, and the player had full control of each one. In addition to her weapons, Kanoko didn't fight if the player didn't key her to act, and she didn't get good. I had to get good. button mashing was fruitless. Kanoko doesn't look as cool as Batman, but she was a lot more interactive. I wish more games would provide even a tenth of the brawling ability Kanoko had. Bonus fact: the game's name has confused a lot of people. An Oni is a Japanese demon of folklore. The name fits because the game was inspired by the cyberpunk world of Ghost in the Shell, a Japanese manga and anime. The name was suggested by the girlfriend of an early project leader and became the game's codename during development. Eventually, no other name was embraced and Oni stuck as the game's official name. If you're interested in this game, you can get it at various abandonware sites. Searching Oni Bungie Game Download will get you where you want to go. Happy backbreaking.
Hey!
Thanks for
I really need to find this game. This is something I will eventually play on the channel. I swear to you, boys and girls, this looks super sick. It's like right up my alley. It has all the things I might want to see in a video game. It'll be around the time that I will play this around the time that I get done with some of my backlog, as well as beat the Punisher game, the original Punisher game, on this channel, because that's another game that I have to finish. I love that game too much to not to have Oni skip ahead in the line, and I don't know when I'm gonna play that, but this looks really, really cool. This is something that I didn't know about really. I swear I've seen it before. I guess it wasn't on console, so I must not have seen it in a retro game store like I thought, or maybe I saw it in the PC area as like a rare game or something. I don't know, but I have seen this before. It is something I have seen and I've actively thought I wanted to play because of the art style on the disc. I mean, the game's art looks incredible, especially like appealing to me, where a person who didn't know they liked anime until a couple years ago and has gone like deep into the rabbit hole ever since. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it was a fun one. It was just kind of a quick look at a game that is definitely better than the original Blade 2 game, which I compared it to, which probably is really insulting because that game fucking sucks. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. And with that, guys, it's almost 12 o'clock where I'm at right now, and I wasn't going to do that last one, but I decided y'all have been really, really good boys and girls and deserved one more video. And with that, I can't do another one. I'm too tired. I'm too sleepy, and I need to go to bed. And thank you all so much, and I'll catch you on the next one.